History is a wild ride, right? It's like being on a roller coaster filled with exhilarating highs and daunting lows. It's full of ups and downs, twists and turns. Each twist and turn represents a significant event, a moment that has the power to change the course of our journey. But sometimes, just sometimes, there are these moments, these turning points that change everything. These are the moments that stand out, the ones that make us pause and reflect. Think about it like this. You're driving down the road of life, and then bam, you hit a fork in the road. You have to make a choice, and that choice can lead to vastly different outcomes. These turning points, they aren't just dates in a textbook. They are the moments that shape our lives, our societies, and our futures. They are the moments that define who we are, what we believe in, and what we fight for. They are the catalysts for change, the sparks that ignite movements and revolutions. They are the stories of courage, of struggle, and ultimately, of hope. These moments remind us of the resilience of the human spirit, the power of unity, and the importance of standing up for what is right. They remind us that even in the darkest of times, change is possible. That no matter how bleak the situation may seem, there is always hope for a better future. These turning points aren't always easy to spot when you're living through them. Often it's only in hindsight that we can see their true significance. Sometimes it takes looking back to really understand the magnitude of what happened, to see how a single event, a single decision, can ripple through time and affect countless lives. But one thing's for sure, these moments, these turning points, they matter. They are the threads that weave the fabric of our history, the milestones that mark our progress. They shape our world in profound ways, and their impact can be felt for generations to come. From technological advancements to social reforms, these moments leave an indelible mark on our collective consciousness. So, as we move forward, let's remember to honor these moments, to learn from them, to be inspired by them, and to strive to create our own moments that matter. Because in the end, it's these moments that define us. They tell the story of who we are, where we've been, and where we're going, and that, my friends, is the true essence of history. Now let's talk about one of these pivotal moments in American history, the Civil Rights Movement. Picture this: America in the 1950s and 60s, a nation deeply divided along racial lines. Segregation was the law of the land, and discrimination was a harsh reality for millions of Black Americans. Imagine separate schools, separate restaurants, even separate water fountains. Imagine being told where you could live, work, and even sit on a bus, all because of the color of your skin. It was a system designed to keep Black people down, to deny them their basic human rights. This was the reality for Black Americans, and it was a reality that cried out for change. The Civil Rights Movement emerged from this deep well of injustice, a powerful and determined movement for equality and justice. The Civil Rights Movement wasn't just one event. It was a series of protests, boycotts, sit-ins, and marches, all aimed at dismantling segregation and achieving equal rights for Black Americans. This movement spanned over a decade, from the mid-1950s to the late 1960s, and involved countless individuals who risked their lives and livelihoods to fight for justice. It was a time of great tension and upheaval, but also of immense courage and hope. It was a movement fueled by the unwavering belief that all people, regardless of their race, deserve to be treated with dignity and respect. This belief was not just a lofty ideal, but a fundamental principle that guided every action and decision. The movement brought together people from all walks of life, united by a common goal: to end the systemic racism that had plagued the nation for centuries. From the Montgomery Bus Boycott, sparked by Rosa Parks' courageous refusal to give up her seat, to the countless other acts of defiance and resistance, each event played a crucial role in the larger struggle for equality. Rosa Parks' simple yet profound act of defiance became a symbol of the fight against racial injustice, and inspired many others to take a stand. To the March on Washington, where Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his iconic "I Have a Dream" speech, the movement reached its zenith. This historic gathering brought together over 250,000 people, all demanding an end to racial discrimination and calling for economic and social justice. King's speech, with its powerful imagery and eloquent call for equality, resonated deeply with people across the nation and around the world. The Civil Rights Movement captured the world's attention and shone a spotlight on the injustices faced by Black Americans. the media played a crucial role in bringing the harsh realities of segregation and discrimination to the forefront, making it impossible for the nation to ignore the urgent need for change. Images of peaceful protesters being met with violence and hostility stirred the conscience of the nation and galvanized support for the movement. This was a movement built on courage, sacrifice, and an unshakable faith in the power of nonviolent resistance. Leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., John Lewis, and many others advocated for peaceful protest as a means to achieve social change. Their commitment to nonviolence, even in the face of brutal opposition, demonstrated the moral strength and resilience of the movement. It was a movement that dared to dream of a better America, an America where equality wasn't just a word on paper, but a lived reality for all its citizens. The achievements of the civil rights movement laid the groundwork for future generations to continue the fight for justice and equality. It reminded us that change is possible when people come together with a shared vision and unwavering determination. Now, every movement needs its leaders, right? Leaders who can inspire, organize, and mobilize people towards a common goal. They are the ones who stand at the forefront, guiding the way and making the tough decisions. And the civil rights movement had some true heroes. These were individuals who not only believed in the cause, but were willing to put everything on the line for it. They faced immense challenges and dangers, yet they persevered. Martin Luther King Jr., with his powerful words and unwavering commitment to nonviolence, became an icon of the movement. His speeches, like the famous "I Have a Dream," resonated with millions and continued to inspire generations. But it wasn't just Dr. King. The movement was a collective effort, and it thrived because of the contributions of many. There were countless others, men and women who often worked behind the scenes, who organized, strategized, and risked their lives for the cause. People like Rosa Parks, whose refusal to give up her bus seat sparked the Montgomery Bus Boycott, John Lewis, who was a key figure in the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, and Fannie Lou Hamer, who fought tirelessly for voting rights. And Medgar Evers, who worked as a field secretary for the NAACP, and was tragically assassinated for his efforts. These are just a few names, but there were many more who played crucial roles. These leaders understood that the fight for equality wouldn't be easy. They faced fierce opposition from those who wanted to maintain the status quo. They knew there would be setbacks, disappointments, even violence. Many were arrested, beaten, and some even lost their lives. But their resolve never wavered. But they also knew that the fight was worth it. They believed deeply in the cause, and were driven by a vision of a better, more just society. They understood that the fight for civil rights was about something much bigger than themselves. It was about creating a future where everyone, regardless of race, could enjoy the same rights and opportunities. It was about the soul of America, about whether this nation would live up to its ideals of liberty and justice for all. Their legacy is a testament to the power of collective action and the enduring fight for equality.